Hello dear viewers, Namaskar. Welcome to Moksha Media. You are with Moksha Framework. Idayuru Siddhalingeshwara or Tontada Siddhalingeshwara is a prominent name in Veerashaiva literature. Most of you have heard the name of him. Tontada Siddhalingeshwara is in Idayuru, which is near to Bangalore. Tontada Siddhalingeshwara is belonged to the Virakta tradition. He is there in the Vachana literature. He was composed his Vachanas in the 16th century. As usual, we have a little bit of information regarding his birth. Tontada Siddhalingeshwara was born in Haradanhalli in the district of Chamarajanagar in Karnataka, India. His father's name was Mallikarjuna and mother's was Jnanambi. He was belonged to business community. His guru was Goshala Channabasaveshwara. Tontada Siddhalingeshwara made a finance in an horticultural land in Theggare. So he was called as Tontada Siddhalingeshwara. Of course, it is common whenever a person achieved something in a particular place, he is identified with that place. And Tontada Siddhalingeshwara is not an exception to this. Tontada Siddhalingeshwara revitalized the Anubhava Mantapa, which was found and practiced in the 12th century of Common Era. What it was done in the 12th century of Common Era was done in the 16th century of Common Era, and the credit should go to Tontada Siddhalingeshwara for that upliftment of Anubhava Mantapa and revision of Anubhava Mantapa in the 16th century. Of course, he called for compilation, editing and researching the Vachanas of Sharanas. By that, he gave a message to the people that there is something in those Vachanas, and if we found and compile and edit Vachanas, definitely the lives of ours will be ennobled. Tontada Siddhalingeshwara, I have already told you, belonged to Virakta tradition. Of course, in Virakta tradition, Jangamas played a prominent role. The concept of Jangamas in those days was different from the concept of nowadays. Now Guru and Jangama are mingled together, but in olden days Guru was different from Jangama. Jangama was different from Guru, and in the end, Guru, Linga and Jangama become one and all. They are union. That is a spiritual aspect of the Virashaivism. But as a matter of fact, any Virakta who achieved something could become a Jangama, or if he followed Shatasthala properly, he could become a Jangama and he could become a Virakta. And to that tradition, Tontada Siddhalingeshwara was belonged. Tontada Siddhalingeshwara went to Siddhaganga, then he moved on to Ediyuru. There he lived in the stone mutt, that is Kalmata, built by Channavirappa of Channavirappa. There he composed so many vachanas that Ediyuru is on the bank of Nagini river, which is near to Bengaluru. And we have approximately 701 vachanas. They are found in his work Shatasthala Sara Sangraha. The title itself says that those vachanas are concerned with the Shatasthala of Virashaivism. Of course, as usual, Tontada Siddhalingeshwara used his signature as Mahalinga Guru Shivasiddheshwara Prabhuve. Each vachana ends with this signature. Of course, most of his vachanas are based the Shatasthala stages, and here I quote 3 of them. What if you go naked and yet unable to conquer Maya? What if you tonsure your head and yet unable to cut through worldliness? What kind of nirvana this? Independent Sharanas don't approve of this. Mahalinga Guru Shivasiddheshwara Prabhuve. Here, so many persons in India go naked. They tonsure their head in order to liberate themselves from the cycle of birth and death, in order to achieve something. But even they go naked if they cannot overcome Maya, then their efforts could be useless. Of course, going naked may be a step, but that step should lead to the next step. If an achiever stays in the first step itself, then going naked becomes useless. In the same way, tonsuring the head. When we tonsure the head, we have to overcome the worldliness. But most of the people tonsure their heads, but they could not free from worldliness. That is why it becomes useless. So, independent Sharanas don't like this. That is, first step should be practiced, no doubt about it. After the first step, a person should jump to the next step, a person should lead to the next step. That is very important. And that is what Tontada Siddhalingeshwara told in this vachana. Then next one, like ghee mingling with ghee, milk mingling with milk, oil mingling with oil, water mingling with water, light mingling with light, space mingling with space, breath mingling with breath. How shall I describe the harmonious union of Sharana with Linga? Mahalinga Guru, Shivasiddheshwara Prabhu. Here everything mingles with itself. That ghee mingles with ghee, space mingles with space, water mingles with water, and of course breath mingles with breath. Like that, linga mingles, like that Sharana mingles with linga. He is harmonized with linga, and in the end he mingles with Shiva, and he becomes Shiva himself. So that is why one should mingle with Shiva, one should be union with Shiva, one should try to become a Shiva in the end. That is very important in the life of person. Then only a person's soul is liberated from the pain of birth and death. Then another one. Those who love their lands and houses, how can they have love of Guru? Those who love women and gold, how can they have love of Linga? Those who love wife, children and relations, how can they have love of Jangama? Those who do not have faith in Guru, Linga and Jangama can never even dream of liberation. Mahalinga Guru, Shivasiddheshwara Prabhu, they are sinners without faith. That if a person loves lands and houses, he cannot understand Guru. He cannot have Guru. If a person loves women and gold, he cannot understand Linga. He cannot realize the importance of Linga. If a person loves wife, children and relatives, he cannot understand Jangama. If a person loves women and gold, he cannot understand Linga. And that is why the persons who are bound by worldly pleasures could not understand Guru, Linga and Jangama. Because they don't have any faith on Guru, Linga and Jangama. That is why they are unable to understand those Guru, Linga, Jangama. They are unable to realize that Guru, Linga, Jangama. But when they give up this worldly pleasure and concentrate on Guru, Linga, Jangama, then only they could realize it and they could get rid of that worldliness. They can liberate themselves from the pain of birth and death, from the cycle of birth and death. So, such persons, that is, who are committed to worldliness, are considered as sinners without faith. That is, faith is important in the life of a person. If you don't have a good faith, you will become a sinner. And if you keep faith on Guru, Linga, Jangama and goes on a proper way to achieve something in the life, then only you can come out of that sin and you can liberate yourselves from that sin. That is what Tontada Siddhalingeshwara expressed in his vachanas. Of course, now we have only 700 vachanas. Some more may be there, but these 700 vachanas are mostly found in his work Shatasthala Sara Sangraha. Of course, Tontada Siddhalingeshwara ascended the Shunya Simhasana and he became a Shunya Pitadipati, and like that he revived the Shunya Simhasana which was found and practiced in the 12th century. So, in the Virakta tradition, Tontada Siddhalingeshwara becomes a name of consideration. It becomes an important Sharana in Virashaivism. Dear viewers, see you in the next episode. Namaskar.